Hey everyone, welcome back. So here's going to be a series of a project update. So I had this kit for a couple weeks now from my last haul video. So got the AMT Surf Wagon. I've pretty much already opened up the kit. And with this I've actually had a special project planned for that. And with that I've already got it started. But I figured just to go over it on the channel here. So the first thing is the body. Now, one of the big things that I wanted, so as you can see, the roof has been cut open, and the reason for this is because I had this extra roof piece from the AMT 66 Lincoln Fantasy Wagon kit. So there was an extra window piece, and for a while I had no idea what I was going to do with this. So figured best thing to do is to cut the roof open. So then cut the roof open and have an entire moon roof so you can see inside the vehicle. So it'd be like the window would fit in like so. Let's see if I can get it in. So yes, like this. Did a lot of trimming, and I tried to scribe it out, but that didn't work. So a while ago I bought a hot knife that you can get at, like, say, craft stores like Walmart, Michaels, or even like whatever. Yeah. So pretty much took the hot knife, carved out the roof opening, and then around it just basically trim it out so that the window fits in better. So there's that, and then along with it, the glass came as entirely as one piece. How with some kits they have the cross member bracing that goes on top. So kind of like this, but the back windows being one piece. So I trimmed each window piece, which was a stressful task in itself, trying to make sure the glass doesn't crack or break. So the pieces came out perfectly. So then with that, the back rear windows will fit in just nicely. Put a little bit of dab of glue inside. And then with that, the moon roof will glue right into place. And you'll be able to have all the windows fully in. So there's that. Then I'll definitely be cleaning the windows afterward, before I do last installments. So I got those in a baggie. And then with this kit, it does come with these ramps, which is a nice touch. Not sure if I'm going to use them for when I put the car on display, but they're nice to have just as they are. Then along with it does come with the surfboards, which is a really nice touch. Might end up getting some more kits like that. And then let's see, then start working on the engine. And for those curious why the intake is black instead of white, well, the reason behind this is that the intake came off the MPC 82 Firebird, that I built earlier this year. So that car came with the option to do the turbo Trans Am. So with that, came with the turbocharger and the special intake. So what I decided to do was just build a naturally aspirated car on the Trans Am, and then keep the turbocharger unit until I can find a use for them. I originally had other plans for this, but because the intake only works on small block Chevy engines, this was the only engine I could find that it would work on. So the turbocharger would just sit on top, and then a case of clamping the exhaust manifolds onto the engine block, and then pretty much finding an appropriate air cleaner that'll look good on here. And then I do from a parts bag that I got from another kit a while ago, came with this tubing which I'm thinking came out of a motorcycle kit. But I've had this for a while, so what I was thinking of when I was goofing around is that there's some really small tabs that represent spark plugs, and then on the distributor, it's got nice tabs on top as well. So I was messing around, took some of the wire. It fits onto the distributor nice and perfectly. Of course, it will have to be glued on. So what I'm thinking of doing is trimming this down for length, and who knows, maybe I might do some proper wiring. So this will probably be the first time doing wiring on a 1/25th scale vehicle. Well, and pretty much doing any wiring on a scale vehicle for that matter. So I do have a reference on what a GM 327 looks like. So I'm going to be roughly basing it around there. And then with the turbo setup, it'll be a case of looping the wire through, up and around to get everything to line up. So yeah, and so there's pretty much that. Then we have here the interior, which is one of those older style promo kits from like the 60s. So it's got molded in seats. But one thing I like is that it's got some texture for the cargo area. And what I'm thinking of doing actually is, because there's supposed to be a rear panel, there's a rear panel that goes across the back, so that'll cover the locating pins. And so with that, I've got these wooden craft sticks and some popsicle sticks. And what I'm thinking of doing is laying a bunch of them together and creating a hardwood floor. Or if anything, I could just paint up the entire floor and then add streaks to make it look like it's actually some sort of wood texture. And then the canvas cover here, this would be done in a light brown to represent leather, which will go to match the seats and door panels. Not sure on the flooring, as I was going to use some of this dark blue felting, just sprinkle it across the floor to make it look like carpeting. But with the wood texture, I'm thinking that I probably will have to try and find a different color besides this to look more pleasing to the eye. Then what else? So So on the car, you get the choice of either stock or custom parts. So this here was the stock grille the car came with, which also has the bumper that was molded in. Not sure where oh yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I have the rear bumper, or the front bumper, I mean. I have the front bumper that was originally part of this as one entire piece. Cut this off. And then I'm thinking of using the custom grille. And the kit does have it where you can have headlight bezels. But what I'm thinking of doing is have it where the headlights are hidden behind the grille. So it just has this nice aggressive look. So when this is on the car, it'll just have that it'll have a nice clean look to it. Being a show car, the bumper underneath, then having the stock bumper, which I think looks good. And then there's the back bumper as well, but I'm not the custom one. I'm liking a lot more than the stock one, so I'll customize that to go with the car, which will just mount onto the back. So there's that. And then I'm going to be on the chrome tree here. So here's the stock rear bumper. And then here's the custom bumpers, which I'm thinking this one here will give a much cleaner look. So it'll be on here like so. So yeah, and then, oh yeah. Originally, I was going in the kit that comes with a roof rack. I was considering using this, but little did I know that it would actually cover up the entire roof. And if I use this, it would essentially be a waste of time, since it would cover up the entire window. And it would ruin the detail work inside. So I'm going to leave this to the side on probably on another build. And then there's the roof. Where's the roof rack? Yeah, and with this kit we've also got the roof rack to go with it, which these will be painted up separately. And one thing I wasn't sure about is for the opening on the roof. I wasn't sure if that was going to be, there's still going to be enough roofing to put the surfboard rack on top and being able to slide the boards through. But luckily enough, the cross beams are long enough so that I'll be able to slide the mountings, get the mountings on to the roof, and then as well as onto the cross bracing. So that was good. And then let's see what else. Then I think that's pretty much it for the car itself. Then for detail work that I'm going to be putting into it is that I have a can of the Tamiya blue, as well as some metallic gold that I got not that long ago. So I'm thinking of doing with the car, I'm going to be doing a gold and blue two-tone. But it's more going to be, but what I'm thinking of doing is, there's a few contour lines, like there's the bottom here, then half of the roof, that'll be one color, so that the middle is another color, that'll wrap around the back, and the top of the roof would be a matching color to the center, so it would be a double two-tone. So yeah, that's my plan with it. And then I've got two decal sheets here. The first one is the Surf Wagon that's from the kit. I'm going to be using the stripes for the surfboard. And then I potentially might be using the wood grain as well, as it just looks really good and will look good on the car. So there's that. Then there's plenty of decals to put on the window. So there's that. And then along with the body, I've got these custom lowrider decals that were from the Buick Electra. So I'm thinking of adding a bunch to the front of the car, some to the roof where there's space, and then wherever there isn't the wood grain, I'll be putting some of these whitish blue across the sides. So that's pretty much the gist of what I have going on. So yeah. And as I get more work done onto the car, I'll be doing a few updates here and there, seeing what progress is like. And then, who knows, maybe get this done within a week or so. Yeah. So, this is definitely something that a lot of you might be looking forward to. So, I think that'll be it for this video, and see you next time.